Good morning, Bangladesh. Welcome to ATeam Bulletin. This is Ajuddin, and you are not. Regarding the verdict that has been rendered by the kangaroo court of the illegal government, it is quite clear that I really shouldn't be responding because it's a kangaroo court for crying out loud. But for the sake of argument, let us address five of the issues that those were raised by the court, right? So the very first one. Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina called the quota movement as organized by Rajakars. How could that be a crime? The quota movement was organized by the Rajakars. They are in power in Bangladesh right now. Jamaat-e-Islami is calling the shots in Bangladesh. In what world you could be charged with death penalty for speaking the truth? The secondary issue. Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina ordered to kill people from helicopters and drones. It's a it is really a lie, right? Because most of the people got killed by sniper shot, and if we remember, the legal advisor Shakat Hussain, he confirmed it. He said 7.62 bullet was used to kill the so-called protesters. Asif Ahmed Shobuj Bhuiya hinted that he may know those snipers by name and by their positions. A very few percentage of the people got killed by the police bullets. And those were during the attack on the BTV building, the metro rail stations, and the Setu Bhavan. For protecting the life and assets of the government, which just yesterday, the DMP Commissioner confirmed that if you try to destroy government property, lethal forces will be used. Right. And next is the issue of Abu Said. Abu Said was killed not by rubber bullet. When the incident of the shooting happened, it was the rubber bullet. And we have seen video after that where he were alive and still photos where he were alive. He died later by having an injury on the back of his head. Cannot be done by a bullet, a rubber bullet more specifically. Now, when they were taking him to the hospital, somebody must have injured him. And that's how he died. We have seen the autopsy report, and the autopsy report clearly said not death by bullet, by some kind of injury on the back of his head. How that injury got there, nobody explained it. Then, killing 6 people on 5th of August. How could that be the responsibility of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina? The armed forces performed a coup at that point, forced her to flee the country, and took care of the country. General Walker came into the TV and said, I'm responsible for everything. In that case, how could he be not wholly responsible as to what's happened? I'm not even sure how the killing of 5th of August be responsible for the death penalty for Sheikh Hasina. I don't understand it. She is no longer in official capacity because she was forced out of power by the armed forces. General Walker came into the TV and said, I'm responsible. Okay. And, the IGP of the police got 5 years in jail. If we are going to hold people responsible that were in power, then we have to also hold the RAP chief responsible. We also have to hold General Walker responsible, the air chief responsible, and all the people that were in power from 5th of August from now on, for all the death that has happened from 5th of August to the 8th of August. Then the last one was burning of 5 people or 6 people on 5th of August. Again, at that point, Sheikh Hasina was forced to flee the country by the armed forces, mainly General Walker and everybody else. She cannot be responsible for any killing on 5th of August because she was no longer in official capacity due to the army coup. And at the very end, if you think about it, if we are to hold responsible Putin, then General Walker should be punished as well, right? Based on this kangaroo logic that we have. Now, let's take all this five into consideration. A defense would have been mounted, but of course, that was not the role of the governmentally appointed defense attorney. He was happy with the verdict, and putting actually any logic into a kangaroo court is impossible because you are always going to jump to the conclusion, which is death penalty for Sheikh Hasina. Thank you for listening to ATeam Bulletin. We appreciate it.